Good morning, Virgo. I've been having all kinds of technical difficulties. I need to have somebody take a look at my laptop and clean it up for me. I'm not good at things like that. I used to be when I was younger, but I've gotten older. I just don't have the patience for technology like I used to. So I do want to say, yes, I have a black eye. I went to the dermatologist Thursday and had a couple skin tags removed from under my eye, and it's like swollen and puffy, and it just every day it seems to get worse. It's I've never had a black eye before, so well, maybe once. It's kind of going through the changes, so nobody did anything to me. I just wanted to put that out there. I am using my runes. I did a lot of research. I have my cheat sheet. So I've been using runes this month, and they have been giving a lot more clear messages, which was really what I was going for. So Virgo, I'm going to go ahead and pull some runes. And I haven't gotten that one before. Or that one. Wow. All right. Let's get started. I'm enjoying this. I might do these next month too. I really enjoy doing these. All right. Oops. So the first one that I have is Berkana. It means birth, earth mother, purity. So basically, what I'm getting with that is with the earth energy, earth mother. This has to do with your mother. You're dealing with some ancestral, some parent issues right now. And basically, you're being asked to look at what type of conditioning, what type of behaviors you took on from your mother, because these are really affecting you right now in the areas of your life. I know as we get older, we find ourselves being more and more like our parents. So it's kind of like that energy. But it's something, definitely got to do with your mother. It says Earth Mother. Or maybe somebody's adopted and they're looking for their birth parents. That's came up too. Really kind of getting in touch with your roots. Maybe, you've been on Ancestry.com, doing some family research. What you're being asked to do is look at the patterns of your family. There are there can be like these ancestral curses. I mean, it's not really a curse, it's just something that's perpetuated. This wheel that we've been stuck in, this wheel of fortune. And it can be, involving your health. Maybe it's health issues, something you've inherited. And, just because your parents had something doesn't mean that you have to claim that or that is going to be your reality, because your higher self is in charge. So don't claim anything just because, oh, my mother had diabetes, or my mother was this, or my mother was that, and therefore, I'm going to be this way too. You really want to take a look at that, and you really want to clear that out. I had to look this one up because I had not had this one written on my paper. So I actually had to look this one up for Gemini, the last video. This is Thor. And Thor has to do with regeneration. And that regeneration, I feel like that has a lot to do with, like I said, this cycle, this ancestral stuff of really getting a new mindset, a mindset to where you clear out the old, you clear out those patterns, you clear out the past, and be very grounded in the present moment, where you create your current reality. with your mind. Our mind is like our simulator, it's our computer. That is where, everything that we believe, all of our belief system, manifests in our lives. So you really want to be really careful about what you believe to be true right now, and really regenerate your mind, really have this renewal, so that you can have these new experiences. We have the blank rune. I have never gotten this one before. It is weird. It also, weird, not like weird as in somebody's weird, but WYRD, weird, is what it's called. And it means fate. Fate is the key word. Fate has taken a hand. Events will go as ordained. So basically, I feel like this is going along with, that mother issue, that parental issue that was coming up for you, as far as feeling like, you have this wheel of fortune that you're on, and that everything's up for chance, everything's up for grabs, that, you're stuck in this cycle, you're on this, merry-go-round and you can't get off. And that's not true. We create our own fate. And like I said, with our belief system, if you have negative self-talk, then you are going to manifest those type of situations in your life. So you really want to clear that out. And the other thing that's coming up for you, Virgo, is everything is not going to be perfect. It's not meant to be. So you really need to find the imperfection, the perfection in the imperfection. That everything that's happening is to teach you, or to guide you, or to lead you to where you want to be. But in order to get where you want to be, you have to know what you really truly want. And that means living for yourself, not living for others, not, trying to fit into this cookie cutter version of what you feel like, or you feel like other people expect you to be. Really being your authentic self, really being individual, and lightening up a little bit. I feel like this is always coming up for you, Virgo, because you're like so intense. Really lighten up. You don't have to do everything today. Really practice being, and really learn to slow down. My computer's doing all kinds of things. I hope these messages are coming through. I really need to have it looked at before I make another video. All right, this one is called Radio or Rod. Radio or Rod. It's got two different names. Keyword here is wheel. I was talking about, like this merry-go-round. I mean, that's like the image that I'm getting with you. And the term wheel keeps coming up, that you were stuck in these cycles, just lots of cycles. Wheel, solar chariot, rhythm, journey, messages, career, right action, and control. Okay, so right action. What is the right action? There's not just one way to do something. There's not just one way to get there. It's like I'm getting this energy of, if it's not done this way, then it's not right. And it kind of throws you off your game, because you really need to be able to kind of broaden your mind, open your mind up a little bit, to the fact that there's more than one way to get there. So if something shows up and it's not what you thought it should be, it's perfect, and it's teaching you to find, it's teaching you other ways, and it's teaching you to kind of roll with it, to kind of go with the flow. So anything that's showing up right now, those are the lessons, to get you to go with the flow and kind of get out of these cycles of everything's got to be perfect. And if it's not perfect, then you're really, really hard on yourself. Not only are you hard on others, but you're really, really hard on yourself, harder on yourself than anybody else is. And that's where that negative self-talk is coming in at. And that negative self-talk will keep perpetuating. It will keep you stuck in these loops over and over again. So you're really being asked to go with the flow and lighten up. All right, we have drag, keyword day. Day, dawn, intuition, light, breakthrough, growth, cosmic consciousness. So the key here for you is going to be to raise your consciousness. Now, how do you raise your consciousness? People think that that's with their mind, with their thinking, with their thoughts, because you tend to overthink. A lot of us do. It's not just you, Virgo. And in that thinking, that is not consciousness. Your intuition actually comes from feeling, from having this deep sense of knowing, and that is in your gut. It's not in your mind. And so in order to raise your consciousness, you have to practice presence. And to practice presence means that whatever you are doing, you are fully giving it your attention, whether it be driving, washing dishes, whatever, and really being free of your mind. You know, practice 10 minutes a day of just sitting and not thinking about anything and just feeling, sitting with your feelings, because this is where your intuition is. And that is really what you want to get in touch with if you want to raise your consciousness. Growth and cosmic. So what I was saying before was everything that comes up is to teach you. These are teachable moments. And if you're tired of the teachable moments that you've been having over and over again, then you need to learn what they come to teach you, because if you don't, lessons will repeat until learned. And you get caught in that loop where it's like the same situations you're attracting over and over and over again, because you're not looking at them. You're not looking at the long, not taking the long view. So, and I'm not getting on you, because I had stuff like that I was doing too, that it took me forever, and I'm finally over it. And those things stop being issues for me anymore. Once you stop worrying about something, it's no longer an issue, because when you worry about it, you make it important. You make it a thing. And when you don't worry about it, it's not a thing. So it doesn't show up. It's real simple. And we make it harder than what it is, really. It really is just all energetic. It's all energy. All right, so we have August. Keyword elk. Protection, sanctuary, friendship, optimism, aspiration, fortunate, and soul. Keyword here, optimism, of staying very, very positive, of not finding negativity in things. So, practice being present, practice being free of your mind, and practice optimism. And I'm not saying you're not an optimistic person, but I'm saying that your spirit guides want you to know that you can be more optimistic. Positivity is very, very powerful, and it literally can be like a magnet, for anything that you want, because you're believing that, these things are true, and you're eliminating that negative self-talk. Friendship, sanctuary, protection. There's a certain amount of, paranoia, of really being very distrustful of other people, and it's not so much distrust as you don't really trust them to be able to do what you do. You've got to understand that everyone doesn't move the way that you do. We all have different backgrounds, we all have different beliefs. And so these expectations are what are causing you to be disappointed. The expectations that people are going to move like you do, or that you can somehow control the situation. And you can't. You're really being asked to surrender and just accept things and people just as they are right now. Because once again, when you worry about things, you make them an issue. When you stop worrying about them, they are no longer an issue. And so, like I said, this will really help you. Because I'm picking up on, like this strained friendship. It could be a strained relationship or strained friendship, somebody who you are close to, who you feel like has been disappointing you. And this has been happening a lot lately, where you've just been feeling really disappointed. And the reason why you've been feeling disappointed are because of those expectations. Like I said, we're all different. So kind of embrace that diversity, to where, other people, their love language is different than yours. I'm not big on love languages, but that term came up. The way that they express themselves is different. That and, like maybe you are able to do all of these things, and this person is not able to do things the way that you do. They're better at other things. So really take a look at that, and that will help you with your expectations and your disappointment right now. And like I said, I'm not getting on you. These are the messages that are coming up, and these will really help you to find peace and to manifest your highest possible outcome, which is that's what I want for you. So we have Tawaz, keyword arrow, meaning victory. Masculine gods, sacrifice, courage, and justice. Justice is very important to you. This is right, this is wrong. If there's an imbalance anywhere, you want it corrected, you want people to step up. And like I said, sometimes situations come in to teach you. These are teachable moments. And so there's no justice in it. It doesn't have to be balanced, because it's all about you. It's all about you looking at yourself. And this should be your main goal. Anything that comes up from now on, instead of being like, oh, well, that's not fair, fix it. Look at, go within. How is this making you feel? Why is it making you feel that way? And so if you start addressing situations like that, you will have the growth that this room discussed, that it talked about. That's where the growth is going to come in at. All right, we have Feiwu. Keyword fertility, property, luck, energy, wealth, and power. And you're being asked to stop focusing on material stuff for a while, and really focus on what really truly matters. Because when we focus on material gain and we put that above everything else, then our relationships suffer. Not only do our relationships suffer, but we suffer, because oftentimes we're stuck working somewhere that we hate just because we need that money. Whereas if you start putting things that matter, really truly matter, like family, like friends, like loved ones, start putting them first. Start putting yourself first. What are your interests? What is it you like to do? Really getting to know yourself on a very deep level. Then you will see what really truly resonates with you, and then you will attract opportunities that you never even dreamed of. And so this is really what you're being asked to do right now, is to kind of stop focusing on the material end of it, really focus on the spiritual end of it, because, it starts within, and then your outer circumstances will reflect that balance that you have within. Well, Virgo, this was a very intense reading, but you are a very intense sign. Virgo's very intense, very. Scorpios are too. I'm Scorpio, we're very intense. I usually get along very well with Virgos because we understand each other. But do, like I said, if you need to rewatch this or whatever, lots of very specific information came up for you that can help you to achieve this peace. Once you have this peace, you can manifest anything. instantaneously because you are in alignment to it. You are in that perfect vibration. So if you would like to have a personal reading this month, they are $30. I can use runes, I can use cards, you choose. So thank you for watching.